Hello. Sorry for the slight delay. I will be getting things started in just a moment. So, it appears that my headphones are finally beginning to fail. I will need to look up replacement parts for them soon. Hopefully, it's just the earmuffs, so it should be pretty cheap. And we're back in Simi Valley for this week of updates. On the MCQ grind. By the way, no stream from Friday to Monday due to an RL emergency. Delete. 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 Why am I tiny? Tiny because the bloody thing won't remember that it's dead. One second. Wrong button. Vaguely? Oh wait, yep, I forgot to do that, didn't I? Brain. Brains. Okay, let's see. Don't worry, I fully understand. You did get them. So I told you yesterday about Friday to Monday not having streams, right? There might be a thing on Wednesday, but that's still not entirely clear. Oh, is that the one where they pretend to be? I think I've heard about it. Is that the one where they pretend to be other YouTubers and shit? There was like some controversy about one of them being Technoblade or something. Uh. Oh, so he did? Okay. And the other guy listened? Well, that's nice enough at least. Okay. There's a pretty decent chance to both 4 and 5 tomorrow. Probably. It is. Probably writing one of them off the time. So I'm putting in the option you to vote on this. Now let's see. Alan, you're probably gonna want to do the post for the fix to the other major action that you wanted to do. Once the update is out. Craftsmanship and artifice. Hold on, no, I did that wrong. Yeah, it'll clip the last 30 seconds and make that a clip on Twitch. And I can also export that clip to YouTube if I want. Oh yeah, I need to get rid of the do not post URLs thing. That's not relevant anymore. Used to be, but it isn't anymore. Probably like 1500 or so most. Yeah, I'll knock it out to 1400. With how much of the manpower was tied up with defending the thing, keeping your prisoners under control. There good enough. How far have you gotten so far? Or how much of it have you completed so far? 321. Isn't there like 1,000? Say there's like 800 episodes, right? Thousand seventy. Say, yeah, 1,172. But I'm sure desperate. There's a desperate need to for support to keep the constant wearing, so the constant pressure of managing the storm damage under control. Whatever is okay, sure thing. Have a good evening. Whatever is happening over in the forest kingdom, it seems as though the storm are not being the ritual they are performing to keep the storm going is still being maintained. Your people are doing their best. Can't keep things vertical, but your needs are large, and the floodplain of a valley is particularly vulnerable to, say, to weeks upon weeks, endless rain. You quickly get to doing your best to help take some of the load off of your members, letting them get to move on to tasks that they may be better suited to, or is simply within their, or simply easier for them to complete. The big ones are your recent expansions to your guard forces and the ships. Both are expansive. They both are complex feats of artifice. Yeah, I did. So, you technically could have succeeded twice. So it isn't going to be an upgrade to your artifice, but it is going to be significant in terms of managing the damage from the storm. Both are complex ones that ones that even your clan agrees is need to take priority. While there is an enemy knocking your door. With what time you can get away with between your other projects, you dive in, bringing along Yan Jing. With what time you can get away with between your other parts, you dive in, to hammer away at that backlog, freeing up as many people to take on similarly crucial. So take on other projects more within. So take on other projects like maintaining homes and creating additional means of dealing with the constant downpour. Eventually, the damage to the Hirokomo is dealt with, and enough, and the damaged guardian constructs are made serviceable for now. News arrives from the Hyssop Islands. Not much. I'm trying to get this update out. I believe I already told you that Friday to Monday this upcoming weekend, I won't be streaming on account of something of a personal issue, IRL stuff, where I will not be able to physically access the. So I will be of limited ability to access the internet. New news arrives from Hyssop Islands. The Forest Kingdom has made news arrives from the Hyssop Islands. It made another massive push. Whatever their new not too much. I was just working on the update, so that's all. Basically, I've other than that, the big news is that I've got like an IRL thing that's going to make it fairly difficult for me to access the internet at all, and possibly might make it impossible. And definitely will make it impossible for me to stream. So I will not be streaming from starting Friday, and then I will stream again this coming Tuesday. There's a possibility that I will be later than usual on Wednesday. Still not entirely clear. There's like some fuzziness with that. But I will still stream. I might just stream at like 7 instead of 6. Or like, you know, UTC 11 instead of 10. Whatever it is. The fortune, whatever they're, I'll say, they have deployed some sort of new mage, one that was only barely pushed back. Oh no, you are part of it. The current plan is a joint operation between Seahorse Mill and the Karasumi, including the Tsubasa, because they're kind of they're assuming that you want to be involved. And that might just be okay. We're sending like just Takami or just like a force with them, perhaps even just Lan Rao, but they want someone with experience running a raid on one of the enemy locations. One that was only barely pushed back through a combined effort from both Nanami and Ranko taking to the battlefield when this some sort of new class of mage soldier. When she managed to push all the way to the new capital of the Hyssop. Yeah, you can totally go on the offensive if you want. If you're talking about the deep push, the deep push is basically them saying, "Hey, the last time they did this, they did it from like pretty much on your borders, and there was like a limited force there. We're kind of expecting this facility to be very well defended and like heavily heavily armed and whatnot." So yeah. Nuke. Even so, they weren't able to do more than chase this mage away. The it is currently being planned from what do you call it? It is currently being planned. So the current site is like here. It's fairly close within Nog Agar. The idea is to try and push past Duideth. This is kind of expected to be the best, like the best place to deploy sea and horse country forces from. So it'll be sort of here from the coast, as close as they can get it. The idea being that they want to minimize overland travel because that's where they're going to see the most problems. But they're going to try and push here because the not particularly. So the idea is they're going to push here because the calculated kind of origin of this is somewhere here in Forest Kingdom. So they're thinking, okay, we go through Duideth and you go sort of northwest, trying to blitz through this area so that you can strike deep into the Forest Kingdom. Even so, I would chase this mage away. The Orchid Court is here. If you can see this like vague triangular negative space here, that is roughly the area they control. So you can think of them as controlling these three valleys. You control sort of this space here, which is like, if you take this mountain next to Youngho, and you take this sort of vaguely, say this sort of south of this mountain and like next to this mountain, you like previously you only controlled until about here, but since you gained control of Tetsuchimachi, it expanded to go until here. So previously it was from this, if you took this mountain north of Snowvale, this mountain south of Youngho, and you drew a triangle there, that would be your territory. But then that got expanded to include Tetsuchimachi. So that is your territory. In a way, Yuhu is your southern neighbor, kind of. So Yuhu and Sarai are your southern neighbors. Lancaster is sort of your northern neighbor up here. The Orchid Court is like across this mountain pass, kind of. And Snowvale, which is like kind of around here-ish. Like this area is sort of contested. It's like between Snowvale and the Orchid Court, which kind of defaults towards the Orchid Court, but not really. Chase this mage away. So the you can do a so you can reroll action. So you can redo action 5 as information gathering operation. I mean, now that you've taken a lot of the foreign mages, it's less likely that the Orchid Court has skilled mages to detect your infiltration, so you can try and do like an information gathering exercise there. Even so, they weren't able to do more than chase this much. Right? Remember they remember they were. The mage had been able to devastate the forts, dealing large scale collateral damage. Yes, you have a week before the raid. Large scale to the nascent town. They were saying the dealing a significant collateral damage in the fort and the harvest. This has slowed down sea going operations enough to make the fight against the sea country, the forest kingdom forces on the northern shores of the island much more problematic. Enough that beachheads are lasting longer and longer. That will be all for today. Thanks for dropping by. Gonna get this out and then yeah. Cheers all.